Hey guys, it's me, Pokemon. I'm here talking about something really exciting today. It's about more Datamined characters. Now, we don't have any files for these characters like we had in the last Datamined video. We knew 100% that these characters were in the files. There was evidence. There is no evidence for this. This guy said he just dug through the files. So take this all with a grain of salt, but it seems pretty believable. And at the end, I'm going to look through what the last guy Datamined and see how everything matches up. And I think things match up relatively well. So first off, he found the Green Arrow family. Now, who might be in the Green Arrow family? Well, none other than Green Arrow. Now I really hope they go with the beard look, and hopefully they have a hood, or they could do like a classic uniform with his hat. Just, we need the beard. Don't go CW. Keep the CW version for like a uniform or something like that. We have Black Canary, who of course we'd need in the Green Arrow family. Deathstroke, really awesome character. I can't wait to see what they do with his moves. The sky's the limit with Deathstroke with all the weapons he uses. Count Vertigo. Now there's a more classic look for Count Vertigo, and then there's a more modern look for Count Vertigo. And personally, I like the classic look. I prefer when they go for the more outlandish costumes for characters, because in a game where you're so far up, the less people we have that look like just normal people, the better. It allows you to tell the difference between characters. And come on, this guy looks like, he just looks like a normal dude. This stands out. I like this. No, maybe they could just have the classic version as a costume. And finally, from the Green Arrow family, we have an interesting pick, and Cheshire. So I don't really know much about her. She was in Young Justice. I know her from there, and I don't know, I guess there was something about her kit that interested them. I would have gone for maybe more Red Arrow, Arsenal, Artemis, but hopefully they come later on in a different family. So hey, we get Cheshire, so huzzah. Next, we have the Alien family, starring Martian Manhunter. Super hyped. I'm a huge fan of Martian Manhunter, so very excited to see him come in the game. Tons of potential for abilities with how he transforms and how strong he is, so I'm super excited to see what they come up with. Starfire, classic Teen Titan. A lot of people like her, so cool, let's bring her in the game. Not a fan favorite of mine, but I know a lot of people do like her. Now, Lobo, yes. Lobo's cool. So we got him on his motorbike, we got the shotgun, the hook, hopefully all that's in the game. Yeah, it's about time we got Lobo in this game. Next we have Blackfire, who's kind of like the evil version of Starfire. I don't know a lot about her, but she exists, so hey, that's cool. And then we got Queen Bee, so I guess she's an alien. Again, we have a more modern look to the right and a more classic look to the left. I hope we go with the classic look because, again, stands out a lot more than this. The next family we have is the Sentinels of Magic. So this is a cool picture I found online of some DC magicians, but ironically a lot of these magicians don't show up in the family. Of course we have Zatanna, a classic hero. Zatanna's in everything. It's only a matter of time before Zatanna came to the game. Again, not a character I'm a huge fan of, but I understand why they're adding her, and she is a favorite of a lot of other people. We got Shazam. Now Shazam is a fan favorite of everybody. I don't think there's a single human in this world who doesn't like Shazam. I mean, come on guys, it's Shazam. So Shazam is very hype in this game. I hope he has some like ultimate ability where he Shazams into his kid form and then he like slides under somebody and she Shazams again and a lightning bolt hits them. Oh, so much potential for cool abilities with Shazam. Just, yeah, Shazam. Next we have Enchantress. I hope they go with more of this look and not her Suicide Squad look. I think this looks a lot cooler and a lot less ugly than the Suicide Squad look. Black Adam, of course we need him with Shazam because it's the evil version of Shazam. We got a little bit of lightning here just like Shazam, so hopefully whatever they can't fit into Shazam's kit, they can put into Black Adam's kit. An interesting thing I would like to note also is you'll see in every one of these families there's 2 heroes, 1 neutral, and 2 villains, so it looks like they're trying to balance out all these heroes, and I think they're making some characters neutral that aren't necessarily neutral. Like I think Deathstroke was classified as neutral, even though, I don't know, Deathstroke doesn't really come off as neutral to me. Same thing like with Lex Luthor. He's a neutral, but is Lex Luthor really a neutral? I think you can see all the families in the game have 2 heroes, 2 villains, and 1 neutral, but don't quote me on that. Next, we have Eclipso. Don't know a lot about him. I think he possesses people. I mean, he looks cool. He kind of looks like a ripped Green Goblin, so I'm excited to see what Eclipso actually does do. 2 big things I'd like to note about the Magic Users family is there's no Constantine or Dr. Fate. What the heck, guys? Dr. Fate, I can understand Constantine if you're a little more scared of using him. His magic's a lot less physical than Dr. Fate. You know, usually you have Constantine casting incantations or doing some stuff with demons. He's a little harder to make a moveset, I'd imagine, but come on guys, Dr. Fate, you got Onks. Like literally, sky's the limit with Dr. Fate. You could do anything with him. Like, what? Dr. Fate's so cool too with the blue and the yellow costume and the bright yellow lights. He'd be so visually interesting. I mean, what the heck? No Dr. Fate? And Constantine, I think there's a lot of cool stuff they could do with. He's more a niche character, so I'm not too like, oh, Constantine, why wasn't Constantine first up? But but Dr. Fate is a major look over. Like, what? Come on, when you think of magic users, who do you think of? You think of Dr. Fate. Next, we have a family he wasn't able to identify the name to, but it's essentially a Batman Part 2. We have Nightwing, super hyped. I'm a huge fan of Nightwing. We have Batgirl, cool. I know a lot of people like Batgirl, not one of my favorite characters, but nice to see her come into the game. I wonder how they'll make her different than Batman. We got Red Hood, who everybody likes because Red Hood's cool. I heard some people saying they want to see an Arkham Knight skin for him with, I believe he has like a hood in that skin, so that'd be really cool to see. But Red Hood's going to be really awesome with his guns. I hope they have a lot of fun making his skills. We got Poison Ivy, who we've seen in the game as a full, like, character, except we can't play her. She shows up in the story and talks, so glad to see they're finally adding her. Maybe Strike Force could learn a thing or two from this about characters we see in the campaign but aren't actually playable. Star-Lord, Groot, the list goes on and on and on. Anyways, so very excited to see Poison Ivy. I know one of you guys is very excited for Poison Ivy. I remember getting a good amount of comments of somebody asking about Poison Ivy, so Poison Ivy's coming, my man. And then we got Deadshot. I'll be interested to see how they make him different from Deathstroke or Red Hood with his guns. Hopefully maybe have some more long range shots or he can work with his knife. Very excited to see what they do with Deadshot. What I'd maybe like to see them do is to change the Batman family we have right now and switch out Joker and Harley Quinn for Nightwing and Batgirl, and then put Joker and Harley Quinn into this family. We more have a Batman good and a Batman evil family. Now I know that's technically removing the whole good, two evil, one neutral in a family, but, you know, does that really matter? Is anybody going to be too worried about that? I don't know. Just looking at the screen, we have Nightwing and Red Hood, and then we got, like, Deadshot and Poison Ivy. They don't really match up as well as the other characters do. Hopefully, I'd like to see this with all the families when they add new characters. Maybe they rearrange the families, or maybe they just even expand the families. Maybe the reason why he couldn't find a family for these characters is they're just going to be added into the Batman family, and they're just going to make the screen even bigger. I just hope they're willing to rearrange characters and rearrange families, so we'll have to see as the game goes on. But honestly, none of these characters are all that good because we didn't get Swamp Thing, and Swamp Thing's the only character that actually matters, and he wasn't in this patch, so as far as I'm concerned, this patch is garbage. But with that being said, most of this is speculation, but we're going to exit out of this. So here we can see the Reddit post that talks about the little peek inside game data. As you guys can see, there's absolutely no evidence here, but the subreddit seems to be on board. I'm relatively on board, but take everything with a grain of salt. But if we hop back over to these Datamined characters that we found a while ago, just to see why we know this is true, like let's click on Lobo. These are ugly guys, I'm warning you. Like let's have Lobo get loaded. Like, this shows, like, what would you call this? The stuff they put over the skin. I'm not a programmer. Oh, but it's really ugly. Oh, so I'm not going to show you guys all these because they're, like, really ugly. But as you can see, they do have assets done for Lobo. So Lobo has been in development since the closed beta. This is when this was Datamined. Some of the overlaps I do see is I saw Martian Manhunter in the other list. I saw Poison Ivy in the other list. Queen Bee, Shazam, Starfire, Zatanna, Eclipso. We got Blackfire, Black Adam, Enchantress. All those characters were seen on the list where we actually can see the artwork for the character, kind of. And they do match up with the upcoming families. Now, of course, this guy could have just looked at this old list and then based his new list off of that. But some stuff does line up. There's other characters that had their, the pictures Datamined. I really don't know what to call those things. And we found Calabac, Kanto, Granny Goodness. And a lot of those could be explained because those are villains we fight in the story campaign. So they're not necessarily playable, but they are in the game. So at the end of the day, guys, who really knows? Maybe we'll be getting Martian Manhunter and Lobo soon. Maybe we won't. But what I do know is I will be here whenever they do come. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure you guys do subscribe here. And with that being said, what do I know about data mining? I am just a 16-year-old. Signing off, guys.